Good morning, everybody. It's Chris here at Blue Rhino Safaris. The 2021 touring cycle is about to get started. COVID is with us. It's going to be with us for a while still. And we are slowly feeling our way back into this whole thing. Because of the COVID issues, I'm trying to keep my groups as small as possible. And for the Orange River trip that we're doing shortly, I'm only going to allow 5 vehicles, nothing more than that. So I had a recent cancellation because of a medical reason, and there is a place available. So if you're interested in doing something, then this is definitely something that you can consider. One, we do not cross any international borders, so you don't need a passport. The other thing is it's a nice time of the year to see the green of the Orange River section. And it's really going to be a good trip. I've done it last year. You've seen my videos about it, and it really is one of those tours that surprises you as far as what you see and what you experience. So a lot of fun if you ever wanted to do the Richtersveld, or if you want to do a bit of fishing or swim in the Orange River, or just drive from the Free State through the Northern Cape all the way down to the Richtersveld, then you can do that as well. It's all part of this trip, and it's a combination of parks and lovely campsites next to the river, wine tasting, all of that stuff. So it's just really getting out a little bit and breaking this this bad cycle that we have going. So as far as COVID goes, we are very careful. We basically travel as a bubble. As I say, only 5 vehicles maximum. So we're going to be a small group, which means we can better manage what we do. I always go into the offices and do the paperwork. You don't have to. You can stay at your vehicle. You get to the campsite, pitch your tent, and we can do the social distancing thing quite easy. I'm very serious about COVID. I don't want to take it lightly. So if you are interested, then on that side of the equation, I'm trying everything to keep everybody as safe as possible. So this is going to be middle of February for 9 nights, and we travel basically from the Free State side near Lesotho all the way through to the Richtersveld. So if you've never been to the Richtersveld, we will drive 80% of all the roads in the Richtersveld on this trip. So you'll see it. We are there for 2 nights. And if you're interested in what the Orange River looks like, then please join me for this trip. So just something briefly about the route. The Orange River starts its life in Lesotho. It comes down on the southern boundary of Lesotho, enters right up here into the Free State, and that's where our journey basically starts. So we start here by Zastron. We go across the river at the bridge, which in dry time is fairly dry, but when it's raining it's a fairly flooded river. So we're going across the Orange River all the way to Aliwal North, take a toilet break, and then we go around into the Gariep Dam area, down to Colesberg. We fill up with fuel, and then all across to the Van der Kloof Dam. There's a lovely private campsite near the Van der Kloof Dam that we will use. Green grass, trees, it's really spectacular, something that you do not expect. The day after that we go up to Mokala. Mokala National Park is just south of Kimberley. And before we get there, we go through the town of Orania. They've got a nice coffee shop there, so we have a cup of coffee, maybe something to eat, and we arrive at Mokala around about lunchtime. We set up our campsite and then go for a drive in Mokala National Park. They've got rhino, they've got various different things to see there, so we just go for a casual afternoon drive, sleep there for the night, and then the next morning we exit. We go all the way through to Douglas, which is where the confluence of the Vaal and the Orange River is. We have a cup of coffee there, take some pictures, and once we're done at Douglas, we travel further down. There's 2 roads, one through Prieska and the other one through Griquastad at the top, but we're basically traveling down to Groblershoop area. On Groblershoop area, there's a very nice campsite again on the Orange River, grass and trees, and we camp there for the night. So once we are done that's at the Boegoeberg Dam area. Once we're done with that, we go through to Uppington, do a bit of shopping if we need to. And once everybody's done with their shopping, we go through to Kakamas for the night. Now we are there early enough so that you can visit Grabes if you want to. It's only 50 kilometers away. Alternatively, if you feel like doing a bit of wine tasting in the afternoon, we are sleeping on a wine farm a kilometer from the tasting room. And maybe after lockdown, this is the first place that you could buy something to drink that is alcoholic. But a very nice campsite, again, grass on the riverbanks, under the trees. So a very nice night there. Then we go down to Pofadder, where we start the Namaqua 4x4 Eco route through Kleinpella, down all the way to the 4x4 Eco route campsite on the river. We sleep there for the night and then out again. So we do a little bit of 4x4ing and a little bit of back road driving to get through to Fjolsdrift ultimately. Fjolsdrift, again, a very nice campsite, grass, trees, hot showers. Nice to camp there. We stay there for the night, and then the next morning we exit. We go through Nababeep Nature Reserve, Exenfontein, all the way up to the entrance of the Richtersveld. And then 2 nights at the Hoop campsite in the Richtersveld, which means on the day between the 2 nights we go for a drive just to see the park and show you exactly what it's about. Heading is Kokerboom Kloof, and that's probably where we will have our lunch stop. Then from there we complete the tour basically. That's our last night, the second night at the Hoop. We go all the way to Alexander Bay, where the Orange River flows into the ocean, and from there we are basically finished. Most people would sleep at Springbok on the way back, because that's we have probably arrival of about 2 p.m. in the afternoon at Springbok. I will probably sleep at Kakamas on that night, back at the wine farm in Kakamas. So if you want to join me coming back, then we'll sleep there for the night. But yeah, a very nice tour, a lot of history. This of course is the former Cape Colony boundary. So we talk about boundaries and wars and the United Nations, well, not UN, the European splitting up of the continent, the formation of the Cape. So very interesting to follow the river. It's a very significant river as far as history goes. So it's a very nice trip. We try to be as safe as we can be, so we're not going to flaunt any rules. We are going to wear our masks when needed. When we are in camp in our bubble, then masks are not a problem if you don't want to wear a mask, but everybody has the right to wear the mask, so there's no mask shaming on my trips, and if you feel vulnerable, you put your mask on, and that's the way it is. So when we fill up with fuel in towns, when we visit shops, we obviously have to follow the rules and regulations. But when we're in camp, social distancing, we are outdoors, so social distancing will probably do what we need to do. So there's no issue with that. So yeah, so we try to keep it safe, but interesting and a lot of fun. As I said, only 5 vehicles. I want to keep the group small, and due to a medical reason, I had a cancellation, so there is a spot open. If you still want to do it, then we are starting our preparation tomorrow to prepare for the trip. Everybody gets the information documents, and you can start your preparation as to how to do the trip. So if you want to go, please let me know urgently. I'm finalizing my numbers in this week, and therefore I need to know if you want to go or not. If you haven't tried me out before, this is a good tour. There's many places that you can turn around and go home, and you are in South Africa, so you don't need me to cross a border. So if you feel like it, let me know and we can make a plan. What happens next is I send you a quotation, you pay your deposit, and you are part of the planning of the trip. The fees that you see on the website includes all your camping fees, all your park entry fees, my fees. So all you need to do is bring your vehicle, your tent and your food, and the rest is all covered. So join me. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's the first tour for 2021, and it's a local domestic tour. Let's support our domestic companies, make sure that people survive this COVID thing. Have a great day. Stay safe. Cheers.